It's 6 a.m. and we're starting at 79 degrees. A little humid out there and it's going to get warm today, but we are looking forward to a lot of rain this week.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
I almost can't wrap my brain around the idea that we would be getting some decent rain chances this week. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock on your Monday, June 17th.
Well, thanks for joining us. And I'm actually going to thank Mark. I think maybe you're bringing this nice change.
You think?
Yeah, I'm going to give you credit because Mark was away and you almost got chilly at some point.
Yeah,
right?
so I took the hot weather with me to Charlotte and North Carolina in the last week, and it didn't rain there, so I didn't bring it back with me. I don't know what's going on, Mike Osterhage.
Well, it's this low down in the Gulf of Mexico that is developing. Hurricane Center has an eye on it, but whether it becomes anything tropical or not, it's still going to be whatever you call it. It's going to be a rain producer for us, but the problem is it's going to be feast or famine. So we are looking at potentially way too much rain. I mean, haven't had anything for a while, and now all of a sudden we're going to get inundated with it. And also by the middle portion of the week, high temperatures are going to be roughly 20 degrees lower than what they were yesterday. Yesterday we hit 100. We'll be mid-90s today, but much, much lower by the middle part of the week thanks to that rain and cloud cover. Speaking of clouds, we got some out there right now. Starting off just about every other day in recent memory, upper 70s, low 80s, 5, 6, 7 degrees above normal on average. Got a ton of humidity out there. I mean, dew points averaging around 75 from San Antonio down to the southeast. That is definitely fog up your glasses kind of humidity. And so, yes, we've got heat index readings in the low 80s, low to mid, even some mid 80s in parts of the area. Now, down to the southeast, a couple little showers. We've seen a few of these things popping up this morning just because we've got a good flow coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico. There may be one or two of these kind of popping up later on today, so I've just got a small chance for a few showers in the forecast. Temperatures will, of course, warm up through the 80s, getting up just about 90 today at noon. That 10% little chance for a few showers, maybe a slightly better shot at one or two of those kind of popping up later on this afternoon. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. Then we're going to start to see late tomorrow night and Wednesday the influence of that low moving in here from the Gulf of Mexico. And throughout the day Wednesday, we are looking at potentially very heavy rain, especially further down to the east and to the southeast. Who sees how much? We'll talk about those lower temperatures and how long this lasts coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, dare I say, oh, you pointed it. Is that an incident?
No.
Okay.
We're seeing some things pop up, Mike. I was just giving you some credit there for that forecast.
Oh, thank you.
Cannot wait. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. And if you're about to hit the roads right now, again, seeing a couple of things now start to show up on the roadways right now. 281 Sonterra, northwest side, and we still have, that north side. We still have this incident here, 90 at I-35. We'll talk about that here in just a bit. But first, let's check back in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He was on the scene of a fire on the near northwest side. So, Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, and this scene is actually clearing right now, RJ. This is going to be on the 3100 block of Swandale Drive. And actually, they were able to get everything under control. There was a truck that caught fire in the driveway. Those flames were starting to get on that carport. So San Antonio Fire Department got here. They arrived and they were able to bring down those flames. Thankfully, nobody was injured in this. Arson is being called out to investigate. And this road right here, Swandale, is going to be reopening right now, RJ.
Okay, yeah. Glad to hear that everything's okay out there, and good work by Alex getting out there, kind of getting us some information, because I noticed it on the traffic page that, and now it makes sense that there was basically a vehicle that caught on fire out there. So thank you very much, Alex. We'll check in with you here in just a bit. Want to bring you up to date here on this situation here. 90 eastbound at I-35. We do have a stalled vehicle off to the side of the road. The KSAT Hero truck is there, but traffic is moving along in the eastbound lanes of 90 right there on the west side of town. So we will continue to monitor the roads, give you more updates as we get them. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police arrested a man accused of crashing his car into a house. Happened around 2:30 this morning in the 1300 block of West Mariposa Drive. That's near I-10 and Blanco Road on the city's north side. Right now, information is limited, but we've learned the driver is a man in his 30s accused of backing his car into the side of the house. Firefighters at the scene checked out the home to make sure it was stable. The driver was arrested on suspicion of DWI, and no one inside the home was hurt.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says a jail inmate died after suffering from a medical episode inside his cell. BCSO is reporting a detention deputy found 2 unresponsive inmates in their cells around 11:15 p.m. on Saturday night. Well, the deputy immediately attempted life-saving measures on the men and called for medical staff. Medical staff administered Narcan to both inmates. However, 36-year-old Juan Moreno Hernandez was pronounced dead soon after. Authorities believe he took an unidentified substance and suffered a medical episode. BCSO says the second inmate, a 50-year-old man, regained consciousness after he was given Narcan. The BCSO Internal Affairs Unit is now investigating.
Looking ahead, we're keeping an eye on a board meeting tonight over in Uvalde with Uvalde CISD. Right now, details are limited, but according to the meeting's agenda, a board member could be resigning. We've also learned that board member Laura Perez is set to be appointed to fill the east zone of the district during the meeting. We'll keep you posted online as we learn more.
In your morning headlines, 2 people were killed and 14 others were injured this weekend in a shooting at a Juneteenth event in Round Rock. And so far, the suspect has not been caught. Round Rock police say a group of people got into an argument at the festival on Saturday. Then one person pulled out a gun and started shooting. 2 people were killed and 14 more were injured. Police say all of them were bystanders and weren't involved in that initial argument.
Our hearts are broken by last night's tragic events. We grieve with the families who have lost loved ones and stand with those who were injured. We are here for you.
Now, according to KDBC in Austin, Round Rock Police Chief Alan Banks says the ATF is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information that leads to an arrest.
We are just 10 days away from the first presidential debate of the election season between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. During major campaign events over the weekend, Biden criticized the Supreme Court while Trump took aim at Biden's border policies. Biden and Trump will face off next Thursday. That's June 27th. Both campaigns have agreed there will be no audience and their microphones will be turned off while the other candidate is speaking.
The first official day of summer, Thursday, but as you have probably noticed, Mother Nature got an early start this year. A powerful heat dome is stretching across the country, and that means the U.S. could see almost 200 new or tied heat records in several states. Now, parts of the Southwest are at risk of wildfires, and several are already burning in California.
Looking ahead, the Dallas Mavericks once again trying to keep their season alive tonight in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. After a blowout win Friday night, the Mavs are on the road in Boston. Every game from here on out is win or go home for Dallas. So Game 5 tips off tonight at 7:30 right here on KSAT 12.
And right now on KSAT.com, King George made history at his concert in College Station this weekend. A little over 110,000 people came out. Wow, came out to see George Strait play at Kyle Field on Saturday. So setting the new record for the highest attendance of a ticketed concert in U.S. history. The previous record holders were for the Grateful Dead, who played for a sold-out crowd of 109,000 at Raceway Park in New Jersey back in 1977.
Over 110,000. I saw pictures from Kyle Field during the concert, and it was on one of those rotating stages, obviously.
That's awesome. Well, everybody gets a good view and can hear the beautiful music.
King George is still the king.
Yeah, he is.
Just about 6:09, 79 degrees.
Well, still to come, the San Antonio Brahmas got saddled with a huge shutout loss in the UFL Championship game. How it all went down in St. Louis before 6:30.
Plus, Pride Month is in full swing. After the break, we'll take you to a special hike and why it's so important to so many.
And let's look out there with live cam this morning. The 79 degrees does not bother me, and neither will the heat later this afternoon because I know the chances of rain are coming this week. We'll be checking in with Mike for that a little later on. Well, welcome back. It's 6:13, and Pride events have been going on all month here in South Texas. And this weekend, we caught up with one at Phil Hardberger Park. So for the second year in a row, the free event welcomed families and people of all ages to the park for a 2-mile hike to the land bridge over Wurzbach. Now, organizers say it's just one of many ways to celebrate diversity, both in nature and in ourselves.
There's different ways you can celebrate, right? Like you can enjoy the arts, you can enjoy a lot of cultural things, taste some food, but I think just being able to go out in nature doesn't care who you are. And so I like to see more of those events that encourage you to just go out at your own pace.
While the Pride hike is over, there's still plenty of fun to be had at Phil Hardberger Park, whether you're a biker, hiker, or just a nature lover. And there are still about 13 days left in June and plenty of exciting events celebrating Pride coming up. So you can head over to our website, KSAT.com, to see a comprehensive list of Pride celebrations happening all across San Antonio.
Well, I saw a hero truck on one TransGuide camera and I think maybe an accident on another.
So things are getting busy. Let's check back with RJ.
Yeah, guys, things starting to pick up as we get more drivers on the road to start your work week, your Monday morning here. Taking a quick look, I-10 UTSA Boulevard traffic looking pretty good there in that area. 281 Loop 410 by the airport. Same situation as we go to the north side of town. 281 at Encino Rio. Traffic moving pretty well both directions there of 281. So Alex Gomez, our photojournalist extraordinaire, he was at the scene of a fire, but he is now back on the road. So let's go ahead and check in with Alex and see how things are looking out there.
Well, good morning, RJ. Yeah, back on the roads over here on the northwest side. This is going to be coming down I-10 eastbound right at that 410 interchange near Crossroads. So far, even with the busier roads, I'm not getting any reported accidents in this area. These roads have a pretty good volume right now. Plenty of open space, RJ.
All right. So, Alex, we said, you know what, before 6 o'clock, just want to get your thoughts on the San Antonio Brahmas. I know you were totally repping for them last week, but things did not go well for our Brahmas on Sunday.
You know, it's all right. They already made the city proud. I mean, just to get to the UFO championship game, that's a great feat right there. So, you know what? Just like the Cowboys, next year is going to be our year.
Oh, man. Hopefully it's not like the Cowboys, man. Hopefully it's not like the Cowboys. False hopes there. Anyways, the optimist. Alex, thank you very much for checking things out as we come back out to our maps here real quick. And this is that incident that Mark was talking about, 90 eastbound right there at 35, a little bit south of the downtown area. So that's something that we will continue to monitor. And I think we have one more that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention that's actually in the downtown area. And let's see if our maps take us up there. And we do have a stall right now being reported I-10 east at I-35 for all of our drivers coming in from the Woodlawn area, Cincinnati area. So keep that in mind if you're headed into downtown right now. Guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Yes.
Mike has a lot to talk about this work week.
Yeah, one thing we're going to have to watch out for, especially on Wednesday, like I said, that very, very heavy downpours, which are forecast right now. There could be some minor fluctuations between now and then, but looking at some of the what is expected rainfall totals, you want to definitely be prepared for that. And that's going to be, like I said, during the day on Wednesday going into Thursday, and then even some leftovers beyond that. Beautiful pictures starting off, and I'll tell you one thing, a lot of lawns, a lot of flowers and everything else going to be getting a whole lot of rain, and hopefully a lot of the area lakes get a nice little recharge, but that's just an absolutely gorgeous picture out there. Thank you very much for that KSAT Connect picture. Sun is coming up, a few clouds hanging around here, and we may see one or two stray little showers later on today, just a chance of it. Here's the total rainfall, quantitative precipitation forecast, big name for it, over the next 5 days. And we're looking at a half a foot of rain or more along the coastal plain, right down there along the coast, and then 5 inches. And this was just updated about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago. Even going into portions of the hill country, 4 or 5 inches of rain, lesser amounts. But I mean, you stand back and look at this, that everybody in the area is going to be getting some decent rain. And again, the majority of this is going to be coming on Wednesday. So we'll start to see the influence of this low move in here during the overnight hours, Tuesday into Wednesday, but really starting to pick up Wednesday overnight into Thursday. So here's the long-range computer model, and it's this low coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico. The main heart of it is going to be staying further to the south, but we're on the north side of that counterclockwise rotation. So that's where it's taking all of this moisture and just spinning it in on top of us. So this works its way through here during the day on Wednesday and then moves off early Thursday morning. We'll still have a few straggling showers in behind it, even on Friday and then going into Saturday. Now, Sunday, sort of a lull in the action, but then watch what happens going into next week. we start to get some of these areas of rain that move in here sort of from the northwest. And then even late in the week, perhaps another low trying to develop out here in the Gulf of Mexico to bring even more rain in here. So we're looking at the latter portion of the month of June to overall be on the wet side, even a few more showers moving on in here. Here's the high, which is off to the east of us. And so this, with the clockwise rotation, there's that low, that easterly wave coming on in here. That's what's giving us the rain over the next few days. The center of the high is going to start to shift then off to the west of us. And so then around that clockwise rotation, we're going to be getting some of those little disturbances and those waves of rain moving on in here around the north side of that. So we're in a good situation to see some rain. Hopefully it doesn't, like I said, all come at once. However, it is looking like we will get at times way too much rain on Wednesday, especially Wednesday afternoon. 95 today, 93 tomorrow. And then look at that, only the low 80s. And it may be tough to get out of the 80s, or out of the 70s, I should say, especially on Wednesday. And then we'll still have a few leftover showers even into Friday and Saturday. But we are definitely going to have to be on the lookout for some very heavy rain midweek. More after this. Stick around.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on. I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Has Sherry ever apologized to you or the children?
It was the case that started as a Thanksgiving miracle in 2016 and ended as one of the most notorious criminal hoaxes in recent memory. Sherry Papini faked her own disappearance, lied to authorities, and claimed that she'd been kidnapped by two Hispanic women. This morning, for the first time since her arrest, her former husband, Keith Papini, is speaking out.
When you first encountered her in the hospital, what was your first instinct?
It was a shock to me, and I remember thinking how horrible of me to even think that she could have done this to herself.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of our exclusive interview, plus a look ahead to the Hulu docuseries Perfect Wife, the mysterious disappearance of Sherry Papini. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, our San Antonio Brahmas rode into St. Louis this weekend to play for the UFL Championship against the Birmingham Stallions.
Sunday was the third straight week San Antonio's played there, but third time was not the charm. Late in the first half, Birmingham's Adrian Martinez finds Gary Jennings for the 8-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and it is 8-0 Stallions at the break. Third quarter, Stallions get the ball first, and they score again. Martinez with an 11-yard run, capped off by a successful 2-point conversion. It's 16-0 Stallions. SA could get nothing done on offense, capping their season with a frustrating shutout loss. Stallions win the UFL Championship game 25-0.
Yeah, I thought, the third one I was past the line to gain. I wasn't. Obviously, I got to be more aware. That's on me. And then, it's football. Guys, get heated at each other.
It's a great season, a bad game. That's what it came down to. And I'm not taking away from anything from Birmingham. They obviously are a really good football team. They played great today. I thought we had a chance against them because we beat them during the regular season, but we were at home then. But they just outplayed us today.
However, we're still proud of the Brahmas here. They finished the season with 8 wins, which is 5 more than their first season in the Alamo City.
Well, it wasn't all bad news for San Antonio football teams. The Gunslingers had a huge comeback win Saturday night against the Massachusetts Pirates with 22 seconds left. Sam Castronova finds Naquan Murray for the touchdown. Third of the game, the go-ahead two-point conversion from Castronova to Keshawn Harper would be good. San Antonio wins 52-51. That's their fourth game this season that's been decided by 3 points or less. All of those were victories. Gunslingers will stay on the road to face North Arizona Wranglers coming up next Sunday.
Well, congrats to them. Time now 6:26 and 79 degrees for now.
Let's go back out and see how the roads are looking right now. Alex Gomez is stopped at that red light, seeing how things are going on our early Monday morning commute. We'll talk to him and RJ coming up. Outside with live cam, hovering right around 80 degrees as we start our work week, and we've got a decent chance of rain in the South Texas forecast. The wheres and winds with the Mike Osterhage in a moment.
Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. It is June 17th.
Happy belated Father's Day for all of you this morning. And let's jump right over to Mike because, as I said, last half hour, he has a lot to talk about this week. But you've made it clear not everybody is going to get a deluge of rain.
No, but everybody's going to get some good rain as it's looking right now all around the area. But some folks are going to be getting way too much rain. And I hate to say that. I mean, it seems like it's either feast or famine. We've been in a famine for a while. And now all of a sudden, I wish we could kind of spread this out. But middle part of the week is definitely going to be a wet day. All right, we got lots of clouds out there right now, and we've got these temperatures that, once again, 5-6 degrees above normal. That's kind of a broken record. We've been hearing that for the recent memory. A lot of humidity out there. Dew point temperatures remain mid-70s. That's kind of fog up your glasses, wet towel sort of humidity. Heat index readings to deal with this morning up in the low 80s. We've been seeing, and maybe even on the northwest side, a couple of those little sprinkly showers heading out in toward Medina, as well as Bandera County, up in toward Kendall County, and then a few little sprinkly showers elsewhere. So this is what we're going to be dealing with, or just one or two of them around the area throughout the day today. Then, as we go into the middle portion of the week, we're going to see some tropical downpours. We've got all this humidity in place. We've got this low, which is moving in here from the Gulf. Been watching that for about the past week, and it is going to also, with the cloud cover and the rain, we're going to have much lower temperatures. Yesterday, 100, basically 20 degrees below that, about 10 below normal by the middle part of the week. And Wednesday is going to be the bullseye day. That's the peak amount of rain, or the peak day for the heaviest rain. It'll start to taper a little bit by Thursday, but overall, and we're going to show you what the total rainfall looks like coming up in just a little bit. And we are looking at, like I said, way too much rain. Most of it is going to be south and east, lesser amounts. That's kind of a relative term, though. Lesser amounts up to the north and to the west. But still, even in the hill country, you're looking at some decent rain coming up here. How long will it last? And, of course, we're talking about, lower temperatures? We're going to be seeing hundreds anytime soon. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, it has been quiet to this point. Still the case?
Yeah, Mike, seeing some more people on the roads right now. And actually, we do have the first incident we do want to let you know about here as we take a look at some of our TransGuide traffic cameras. Loop 410, Jackson Keller, 35 at Olympia. And then we have this shot there at I-10 at La Cantera Parkway. Traffic moving pretty well both directions right there. But we do have a crash now being reported on the north side of town. This is going to be out there at 281 northbound at Thousand Oaks Drive. So again, a little bit south of Danella Drive, obviously south of our 1604 drivers, 1604 281 interchange. So something we will continue to monitor. Again, just popped up on our maps a little while ago. Northbound lanes of Thousand Oaks Drive there, northbound 281, excuse me, at Thousand Oaks. All right, let's check back in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He's been on the roads for us on this Monday morning. Alex, how are things looking out there?
Good morning, RJ. Well, right now things are looking pretty good for the downtown area. I'm at 35 northbound, just past Cesar Chavez. I did see that disabled vehicle on 90 east at 35. It's on the shoulder, so all open lanes, and right now things at that interchange are still looking pretty good, RJ.
All right, Alex, keeping an eye on the roads for us as he makes his way throughout town. He's been very busy so far. Also helped us cover a fire a little while ago as we give us one more quick look at our maps. And this is that incident that Alex was talking about. Again, 90 eastbound right there at 35 off to the shoulder. Traffic is getting through this area. So that's good news for our drivers a little bit south and west of downtown San Antonio. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Later this morning, community members in the San Antonio ISD communities affected by a dozen school closures are invited to a stakeholders meeting.
Well, the facility's repurposing panel will meet at 9 a.m. at the SAISD main building on Quincy. Our Patty Santos is live this morning. And Patty, we understand this is the call to the SAISD community to get involved.
Yeah, that's right. We are standing in front of one of the campuses that's been closed since the school year ended. The conversation about what happens with these properties is going on right now.
We want active engagement. You may not be in education, you may not be an educator, but we're all about the community to make sure that this happens, because we want you to be involved. Don't wait till after the decisions are made to try to get involved.
And last week, the district announced that last year that they were working on with the counselors of Real Estate Consulting Corp, paid for by grants. The group will offer suggestions and a list of best practices for repurposing the buildings. The district announced the closure last year as part of the efforts to trim down their budget shortfalls. 12 schools will be closed. A total of 15 are impacted by the closures. The problem with some of these buildings is that they are old and need a lot of updates. The panels assigned to repurpose the buildings is looking at cost-saving ways to turn these buildings into facilities that can continue to serve the community. Working with nonprofits and joint ventures are all on the table. The panel members tell me they want your ideas.
I would say don't depend on the district to put the money on the table. That's the way we're looking at it, because that's why we're talking about repurposing these facilities to begin with. There are a lot of issues with funding in public education. We need to make sure, and the reason why I got on the panel is to really make sure how are the district using our taxpayer money. Teachers want to be paid instruction versus a facility.
And the meeting is today from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 514 West Quincy. The panel meets once a month. You can attend the meetings, email or call the district about your ideas. Maybe you're a business entrepreneur and you're looking for a space. Call them. They want to see if some of these spaces might work for you. Now, there are some facilities that have some historical significance. Some of those buildings might be a little more difficult for the district to work with, but they are all open to all ideas. Steph, Mark?
Thank you, Patty. In other news this morning, this month marks 2 years since 53 migrants were found dead in a trailer on San Antonio's southwest side.
Since then, loved ones have visited a memorial on Quintana Road. As our Daniela Ibarra explains, there will soon be a permanent place for people to grieve and to pray.
53 crosses, 53 lives lost.
I love them.
Nearly 2 years later, Angelita Olvera still can't wrap her head around what happened here on Quintana Road.
How could they have not given them water, air condition, or something in that 18-wheeler?
Angelita didn't know a single soul who died in what authorities called a horrific human tragedy. But she doesn't want anyone to forget them.
They were human beings.
Several times a week, she comes to clean up the crosses. It's a solemn place for families to grieve.
Their loved one literally gave up their life, probably trying to help them out.
And soon, Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia says this slab will become a permanent memorial.
And we figured that this memorial might be an opportunity for them to come pray and maybe get a tiny bit of closure, even figuring out exactly where their loved one was when they took their final breath.
53 blocks of limestone will represent the 53 lives lost. Each one will have a different height matching a victim's age.
I'm happy that that's going to be done here, because maybe one day we can't come and fix our crosses, but at least there will be something down there that is permanent.
Another permanent change Angelita hopes to see is to current immigration policies.
I just hope some reform.
She says she'll continue to clean and pray.
These were 53 souls that were lost here.
53 crosses, 53 names, and a city promising to honor them forever.
It's showing that compassion and offering our prayers and thoughts for those who were lost here.
A rosary service is set for June 29th at 5 p.m. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
Looking ahead to this Wednesday, KSAT and AARP Texas are hosting a special conversation about Social Security. Maybe you haven't thought about how the program affects you now, but chances are you'll need the income once you retire. And the fact is, if Congress does not do anything to sustain Social Security finances, you may lose some of your benefits. Our Stephanie Jimenez is hosting it Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on KSAT, on our YouTube channel, our website, and KSAT Plus, so make sure you tune in.
San Antonio Zoo is giving you 2 chances to visit with a discount on admission this week. So Bexar County residents can go to the zoo for $8 today and then again on Friday. Also, teachers, you can go to the zoo for free for the rest of the month. You can read more about these zoo discounts and other local days coming up later this summer on KSAT.com.
As we go to break, San Antonio Parks and Rec is inviting everyone to the world's largest swimming lesson later this week.
The idea is to spread the word that swimming lessons save lives and prevent drownings. The free lesson for ages 4 and up is from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. this Thursday, June 20th.
The event will be held at over a dozen local pools, and registration starts an hour before on the site. We have more information on our website at KSAT.com. Right now, 640, 79 degrees.
Well, decades of doing the same job might seem boring to some. However, one Southside barber says it is almost like he's never worked a day in his life, while he's still cutting hair after all these years in just moments.
644, the saying goes, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's exactly how a Southside San Antonio barber is feeling as he rounds up more than 60 years cutting hair.
Our Zaria Oates wanted to know what keeps him going after all those years and why he's never left his San Antonio community.
I just thank the good Lord for letting me come to work every day.
You typically don't ask someone their age, but when you've been cutting hair as long as Pete Hernandez, it becomes a part of your legacy.
I've been cutting hair for going on 64 years, but 63 of that was right here.
I just think he's different. He's not the typical barber.
She would know. She's his niece. Today, Pete is 82, but he remembers cutting hair in 1982. Like it was yesterday.
Boys' haircuts was $1, men's haircuts was $1.25, and flat tops was $1.50. So, yeah, you had to cut a lot of haircuts to make a living.
That didn't stop Pete from pursuing his passion, even though his beloved south side of San Antonio has stayed packed with competition.
Barbershops are popping up like Taco Hut.
He's going to offer that difference. For the older clientele, the people that really want that still one-on-one, I know who my barber is.
Pete's barbershop is called Big and Little. It's named after a previous owner to reflect big in service and little in size because of the owner's height. While Pete doesn't share the same height range, his dedication to preserving the Southside community is strong. So, of course, he kept the name.
Anytime you need a haircut, just call.
Yeah, that's what I love about you. He can just call you and you'll open the doors for me.
It's a feeling you're not guaranteed at every barbershop, and it's a love for a job you're not guaranteed in every career. But this is a community Pete spent his life building that he says can't be replaced.
Competition is fierce, but hey, if you're a good barber, you'll keep your customers. So I've been blessed, you know. That's my motto. If you're happy, I'm happy.
We're so proud of him. We're so proud of him. Like all of our family is so proud of him. And
so Pete's life advice is to love what you do and do what you love. In San Antonio, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Nice to meet Pete and some of his family and friends.
Yes, and we're glad that he's still doing what he loves to do.
Right now, 646.
And then I saw a stalled vehicle, I think, or a wrecked vehicle. Let's check in with RJ.
Yeah, guys, looks like it's both, actually. Yeah, stall out there. This is our incident there, 90 East at I-35. And we have SAPD on the scene right now. Looks like they are marking this vehicle there for tow. So we've had TxDOT out there for a little bit. And now it looks like it's actually moving along. So very interesting scene there. We will continue to follow that. All right, I-10 westbound here at Woodlawn. A lot of the bridge joint work is still taking place in this area. Just a quick reminder, the San Saba entrance, that has been shut down. You're going to have to now go on Camarón Street to get back on I-10 West. This is just to alleviate some of the traffic there. Let's go ahead and check in with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He's out and about on the roads for us. Alex, how are things looking?
It's looking pretty good over here on the north side, RJ. I just passed that scene, 21 northbound at Thousand Oaks, and it looks like they actually cleared it. So it could have been a very minor accident because right now all lanes are open. 21 north right at Thousand Oaks. The north side still in great shape. Happy Monday, RJ.
All right, happy Monday to you too, Alex. Yeah, thank you very much for checking that out. I wanted to update folks, and it looks like that has certainly cleared out there. Alex, making moves this morning.
Yes, he
he's
is.
been all over.
And he's so personable. I feel like he's here in the studio with us sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So, yeah, he's been a great addition, and obviously doing good work for us.
Absolutely.
And he brought us donuts a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yes. Words out of my mouth.
Yes, he did. He's a man of his word. Mike, the picture you're about to show folks, I'm going to call it UTSA spring workouts or OTAs.
Okay,
Yeah.
or UTSA kind of cool down time.
Right,
so,
right.
Pool party without the coyote. That's for those of us that remember Roadrunner Coyote cartoons. So,
yes.
And do you remember the old Plymouth Roadrunner car?
Ooh, no.
Way back when, and it had the emblem on it was the cartoon Roadrunner.
Now, you said that your first car was a Model T. What was that like?
Funny guy.
Wow.
Oh, remember the Dodge Demon?
I don't remember that one
Plymouth
either.
Duster, Dodge Demon.
Okay.
That was my mom's car way back when, and we all drove that one.
My first car was an Olds Delta 88.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes, sir.
Land an airplane on the hood of that thing.
No kidding, right?
Anyway, we reminisce. All right, let's take a look. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. A lot of clouds hanging out here. We're going to keep a fair amount throughout the day. We do have a few little sprinkly showers kind of popping up in portions of the hill country, and not really anything of any consequence, but we're just going to keep the chance for a couple little stray showers around here throughout the day, just because we've got all this moisture getting pumped on in here from the Gulf of Mexico. Upper 80s at noon. We'll hit 95 for a high today, so down considerably from yesterday's 100, and we're not going to be seeing triple digits in the forecast, at least for the rest of the week, and maybe even into next week if we're lucky. All right, the total rainfall over the next 5 days, and yeah, I mean, this was updated earlier this morning. It did have us at about 3 to 4 inches, now up to 5 inches, and throughout a good chunk of our area, most everybody is going to see some very heavy rain around here, and like I said, the majority of this is going to be coming on Wednesday. Obviously, we'll have some leading up to it and then some afterwards, but this is going to be Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, again, even on the north side of town. So we're looking at the potential for a lot of runoff and some flooding in low-lying areas as well. So we haven't had a lot of heavy rain in a long time. You kind of, if you've got one of those curb drains near your house or something like that, make sure all the leaves and twigs and everything's away from it so it doesn't get plugged up. Going into next week then, and after we get the rain event here, look at the temperatures are forecast to be pretty close to normal. Now that's low 90s, but also more rain chances going into next week and even starting off the month of July. Now leaning a little bit toward the warm side, but still some rain chances, or at least a little bit above normal rain possibly going into the very last week of the month and going into the 1st of July. So today, a couple of stray showers around here. Same thing tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, that's when we're going to start to see the very heavy rain. This low is still forecast to move on in here into basically central to northern Mexico, and we'll be on the northern edge of it. So we're on the good side as far as seeing some of that rain get swept on through here. And that's going to be when we see the heaviest amounts of rain on Wednesday, overnight into Thursday. Still some showers around here Friday, maybe a straggler or two on Saturday. And again, no triple digit, hardly even 90s on that graphic right there for high temperatures. So, but we are going to have to watch out for them. We'll keep monitoring it, obviously, over the next couple of days. Heavy rain and maybe some flooding situations in places on Wednesday.
There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Steph, do you remember your first car?
Yeah, a Honda Civic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She has us both beat.
Yes. And then the first car that was actually the one for me was a Gremlin. It was my grandmother's car.
Yes. I do remember that one.
Yes.
Time now 6:51, 79 degrees.
Let's go out there with a live cam. Yeah, 79 degrees, not too bad this morning. We're excited about the rain, but hoping it's, not too dangerous out there. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll be right back.
6:55 right now on your Monday morning, and let's get you out the door right now for 7 o'clock. We're looking at just one major delay right now. This is going to be I-10 right there westbound, the upper levels at Woodlawn Avenue. And you see that we have moved the work convoy a little bit north as they continue all that bridge joint work in that area. So something to keep in mind is that through the rest of this fall, they will now have a detour there on Camarón Street that'll get you onto the highway. And this is all an effort to alleviate some of the traffic that we've been seeing because of the backups there at Frio, Poplar. That whole area has been very busy over the past couple of weeks. So just keep this in mind. This construction, this closure there is now in place, guys. Bye.
Very warm and humid. Lots of clouds hanging around here this morning, as you can see. We even have a few little sprinkly showers that have been showing up on radar. 79 degrees right now here in town. And there's those couple little sprinkles out there going in toward the hill country. Maybe one or two of them scattered about throughout the day today. 94 at 3 o'clock. We're going to top off at 95. Breezy today. A couple of showers here and there. And then it's going to be midweek. We're looking at some very heavy rain potential around here. So we'll definitely have to keep tabs on that. Highs only in the low 80s.
So watch out for it. Thanks for joining us.